Welcome to the Entrepreneur of the Month show at womenlines.com. Myself, Charu Mehrotra, founder of online magazine womenlines.com. Tell me, friends, if you come to know about an entrepreneur who has been a prior executive, who has been executive in Fortune 50 companies, who is an entrepreneur, advisor, investor, and so many other profiles she's carrying, wouldn't you be interested to know the secrets, how she has achieved so much in life? Yes, friends, it is such a pleasure to welcome Mary Pagano from New York, energetic, visionary, entrepreneurial executive with experience in internet, telco, wireless, mobile, software, high energy self-starter with experience in growing marketing and developing new markets. In the last 25 years, as a female P&L leader, dominated mostly by males, she has largely worked with Fortune 50 countries such as GE, AT&T, Motorola. Take a note that Mary is leading the development of Hera TV channel and is also angel investor in female-led companies. Pleasure to welcome you, Mary, to the show.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. I look forward to our discussion.
Great. So yes, Mary, we're excited to know. Please share about yourself and your venture.
Yeah, so I started out in tech at a very early age with Motorola, one of the first VPs. Very male-dominated industry, as you can imagine.
Yep.
Some people talk about the paper cuts that they get from growing up in a male-dominated environment. I would refer to mine as razor blade cuts. So it was very challenging, but I was a very competitive little girl growing up in sports and everything. So it suited me well for the environment. But then I went on to AT&T and then GE. I built businesses within AT&T and organizations and, drove revenue, took $300 million business to $1 billion. I mean, I had a lot of fun. And I've always been on the front line of the business in regards to building teams, driving revenue for the company. And I'm one of those people who has a very, very big vision, and I think big. So I see opportunities very quickly and able to help companies envision what they could be. So I really enjoyed it for a long time. But now I'm on a new journey. I've decided that I want to do something very impactful to help women all over the world. And, although I thought my work and working in corporate America was challenging and difficult as a woman, being the only woman in the room, I know that women around the world have had so many other challenges just from, trying to live a life, right? So not much in the workplace. So I feel very strongly about uplifting women, female empowerment. And my feeling is if we can get there's 51% of the global population is women. And if we can get them at the table, making decisions and being leaders in all aspects of living, we can make a huge impact on the planet and humanity, because women are very good at raising children, at living, creating environments for their family, their community. We know how to multitask. We've got a lot of EQ skills that we really need to bring as we create the new future after COVID. There's a better way of living. And I think women are important to be at that table. So I have two projects that I'm very focused in on. One is Hera. I met a lovely woman from Portugal, Marinella Mapuri. She was the prior CEO for NetJets and sold her company to Warren Buffett and decided to get into philanthropy. And she had an informal organization that she decided to formalize it and make it a nice big organization. And when I met her, she had asked me to join her and to be on the board. And I was, at first my reaction was, whoa, another female, I don't know. And then after a few months that she dragged me into meetings and then she'd said, we're building a city. And I said, oh, okay, you got my attention now, because I like big. I mean, if it's a game changer, I'm all in. And I think the importance of having a city that is representing women all over the world and in honor
Huge.
of women, I think is extremely important.
Yeah.
What better way to put us on the map, right? So the city is in honor of, I mean, it's really based on the future of humanity. So it's all genders, all religions, all nationalities, but we have a very strong thing on female empowerment and the feminine. So it's if you look at every city in the world, it's built by men, and
Correct.
we need one on the planet that represents us women and how we live and
Fantastic.
community. Yeah. So we're in discussions with a few countries. We're meeting with governments, India, France, Morocco, location to be determined. I have no doubt that we'll find it. COVID obviously slowed us
Yeah.
down a bit. But we'll get there. And our architect has already designed some of the three major components of the city, which is a university on which will be based on the future of humanity. We also have a museum, and then also a big conference center. So we want women from all over the world to come and join and participate in events there. So hopefully we can get this land nailed down here within the next, within this this coming year. So, and then we have a perfume that we're announcing at end of March, April, and
Okay.
the proceeds from the perfume will go to all projects that support women within Harris. So we have, our focus is to get them educated, get a job, make a living, own your own home. We want to do things that can financially take them to the next level. And so we're very focused in a lot of different projects around the world. So you can find us at harriscity.org. But anyway, that's, the city to me is such a big deal. And we've got some really great ambassadors right now around the world. So,
Okay.
Rosalie is the prior president of Ecuador. So we've got a Bollywood producer in Mumbai. So we've got some really talented women who are
Wonderful.
driving really great projects around the world as well. So, um, and then I have another project I'm really excited about with Fem Foundry,
Okay.
and I don't know if you want me to bring that up, but it's a really important too. And as I was working them both side by side, all of a sudden I realized that there's a great opportunity to partner and to help each other, right?
Very true.
So so I met Amy, the founder of Fem Foundry, and actually Beverly Knight introduced me to her. She's a beautiful singer out of Europe. Just, she's amazing voice. And she had introduced me to the team and said, we would love to have you be a Foundry leader. And we're building this app for female empowerment. And once again, key word, right? Female empowerment. And
Correct.
so I was really excited with the opportunity to help them, because the focus is, I mean, think of it like Facebook, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, with TV, podcasting, and education, all on one mobile platform
Yeah.
for all women, right? So now you got a
Beautiful.
safe space to talk. You can talk about whatever, and women like to talk about a lot of things.
Very true.
But it's also a great opportunity to mentor, get mentored, buy from other female businesses, know about all other female organizations around the globe. And there's like, in Wikipedia, there's like 20 pages of, different female organizations around the globe. And we feel very strongly about uniting them.
Wow.
So anyway, I told you a lot.
Amazing. I am just OMG. You mean we are talking about such big global projects, which is not particularly for one country. You are talking about getting together women across the globe under few umbrellas. You're talking about a city. You're talking about a networking platform, which is a mobile app where women can connect with each other and do business and learn from experienced mentors. And I'm sure there are major services under that, Fem Foundry. And then we have Hira TV, which is talking about everything female empowerment. I am so much moved, and I really want to. First, I'm curious to know, Mary, you have gone through those journey where you have face the challenges from the male dominated society. I mean, not society, I would say in the office where you with the corporate culture. Share some tips how you have survived and how you have grown. Can just share a few highlights about that, which can
Yeah.
help the women folk around.
Yeah. I'd say for my corporate experience, and I think a lot of women have felt this, where you have great ideas, but you're not heard, right? And
Correct.
I had several instances where I would sit into meetings, I'd be the only woman in the room, and I'd come up with an idea, and it was like nobody heard me, right? So what
Okay.
I learned was I got a few male champions who were really, supportive of me and kind of, mentored and watched my back, so to speak.
Okay.
And so I got in the habit when we went into meetings, and I love these men dearly. But I remember one instance specifically when I talked about an idea, and then it was nobody embraced it. And then all of a sudden, one of my male colleagues, a competitor, so to speak, repeated the idea. And everybody goes, "Oh, that's a great idea," right? And then I loved it when my champion said, "Yeah, I like the idea when Mary mentioned it 30 minutes ago." And so
Wonderful.
you need to, as a woman, I think, create those champions and sponsors to support you, because, even though you have a lot of great ideas and you're very talented and you've outdone your male colleagues, you need some of those champions to support you,
So,
because I think it's very, I mean, I mean, to some extent, I look at where we are with social media today in the world, and
yeah.
everybody wants to be heard, and nobody feels like they're being listened to. So
Yes.
it happens on such a huge global scale. But when you can, within your own environment, create champions within your organization, and also the power of networking is so important
Got it.
for
Yeah.
women. And I've seen some women who have gotten promoted just based on their network. I mean, it is that important and that
Mhm.
critical. And I think if you learn to network both inside and outside your company, and even outside of industries that you're not even familiar with, because you'll never know what you'll learn from somebody else, that
Agree.
even though it's a different industry, it can apply and give you some information, some help. So, but I'd say, it's really important to have, champions.
Okay. So, women folk, you should be having a tribe, a team which is working together, supporting each other together, and teaching each other also, which can be supporters during such situations. So, yes, that's a secret Mary has shared with us. Thank you so much, Mary. So, Mary, I'm curious to know more in details about the services which your various projects are offering so that our readers have clarity and they can approach as per their requirements. Can you highlight some special services which you're providing?
Yeah, so when I think about, I'll talk like Femme Foundry, right? I think this is really important for every woman to be on the platform. So they're having podcasting where they can teach women on various different subjects. I mean, everywhere from, you know, uh, from beauty to tech to financing to funding. I mean, it's all kinds of subjects, and then also the TV programs will be very beneficial. But we also want women to promote their businesses, right? And if they want to create their own club or their own following, right? I
Oh,
was talking to a woman who wants to use the platform, and she really wants to inspire women over 50, in
oh,
regards to, there's a lot to do.
not to
Some
do.
people feel like there's, like it's all over at 50, right? In some cases, lives begin at 60.
Begins, yes. But
Exactly.
yeah, time has changed now.
Yeah, so there's a lot of opportunity for women to create their own following, their own groups, promote their business. A woman in South America could learn from a woman in Singapore. This is exactly the kind of stuff we want to do to make sure that all that information and that collaboration takes place, because you cannot do it alone, and women need to know that there are other sisters that are going through some of the same challenges. And I think
Beautiful.
the other thing that's important that I wanted to address is, and a lot of people are familiar with it. They don't talk about it enough, but it's the queen bee syndrome, right? So, you know, I witnessed it a lot in corporate America, and it was really quite frustrating. You know, you get so excited, oh my God, I got a female boss, life is going to be great now, right? But it wasn't necessarily that way. And I think that women have to get more united and work together and
I
make sure
agree.
that we're mentoring, because it's sometimes it's women that's holding us back, and you know, we need to be able to move forward, all of us, because there's enough abundance for everybody. There
I
really
agree.
is.
I agree so much with you, Mary. And I agree. There's such a beautiful quote by Helen Keller that together we can achieve so big. So I really believe in this, that together, if women folk across the globe connect and support and help each other in growing, planet can change and we can have a peaceful and much beautiful planet than at present. So I really want to share this message. Women folk, change your mindset, get together, register under Fem Foundry. I am enjoying Fem Foundry updates. They are sharing amazing stuff and it's going to help you in networking globally. So do check out their app.
I
So
will.
yes, something coming up this year, something special you want to share, you want to highlight, which people can take a note of it?
Oh, wow. So we've got a number of events. We've got, right now, we're working with Nathan Gray. He's a gentleman who owns uh, like 5,000 hectares in Panama. He took a basically dead jungle, I mean, absolutely dead, and brought it to life in 10 years, and rivers and trees and all kinds of
Wow.
things. And he is now going to build an ark that will go to COP26, which is the UN event next or later this year, and we are going to be doing an event down there in Nathan's neighborhood, February, March. We haven't nailed down the date yet, so
Okay.
still some work to do on that. But it is. We are also building a biocultural center there. So Hera will be sponsoring part of a center for Nathan Goodall, or Nathan Gray, I'm sorry. Jane Goodall is a good friend of his, so she's down there quite a bit.
Okay.
Um, and then the other thing is the perfume, because I really would like women to buy the perfume so we can fund all the projects within Hera, because that's very important for us. And I think we're also working on a event in London for a music festival to honor some new female artists. So
Okay.
that's also in the works, and it's like June or July. But
Wow.
meanwhile, that's what
Wonderful. So we will be sharing the links in the content section. Do check out all details about various projects and events which Mary has mentioned, and let's support her in such a noble cause and make these events big and be part of these wonderful global projects. So yes, my favorite question comes, Mary. Do you have any secret tip for entrepreneurs which has helped you as an entrepreneur in your journey, and it can help other entrepreneurs too?
Yeah. So one that I really believe in is never, ever, ever give up. If it's something that you believe in and you're passionate about, you will make it happen. And if you get a chance, read the book 3 Feet from Gold, and you will know that you will get closer to where you need to be. It is there.
I will take a note of it and include in my list. Thank you so much. It was wonderful interacting you, and thank you for sharing amazing, and all the best for such global projects. And let's support Mary as much we can, friends. Do check out, do share this interview with your network, and let's share across. Thank you so much, Mary, for your time. Take care and best wishes.
Thank you.